mean, just as you thought. Are those cryo chambers? Why is everyone running away? What did I do wrong?
For the past 3 years, I have sought out to play through games I never could due to one reason or another. These are the games I've completed since. I have now decided to just upload my journeys to YouTube so others may go through them with me. This is my journey through
Danganronpa.
The ultimate despair. Oh my god. I don't need another one of these. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't need another one of these fucking things where there's an order to watch it. I don't need another Monogatari or fucking, like, Fate or, Toaru. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. Most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now... Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figure out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. I'm fucking starving! Kyoko, you said that one thing? One of Kuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. And I would never part with it. And it can open any door in a school, right?
That's right.
They should be able to use it on that door, right? Go, go, go! Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Open up the key, yep, then... Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Shouts out to Alter Ego, the GOAT. We were finally free. That was it. There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Danganronpa, the anime you've had game. They never made an anime for Danganronpa 2 for some reason. It's just skipped to 3, which has 2 seasons. I did not know that. That's weird. Should I watch 1 then? My watch told me it's time for me to stand. Because I have to stand once every hour. And then just now, I didn't stand at all. And then it told me I stood. I didn't stand, you fucking idiot. So should I, yeah, should I watch the first Danganronpa anime? I'm down to. If it's just, like, just to relive the story, I'm down for that. Hell, I did it for Persona. And Persona 5's anime was fucking shite. And I still watched it, like, 3 times. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Alright, so 1 is just, like, a thing if I want to. Okay, that's fine. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into a tunnel. It literally is just the game. Okay, that's fine. I might watch it one day, like, on a whim. It is like the Persona anime? Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I will one day. Started climbing, and so that means V3 I will have to watch. Okay, got it. Started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. That was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The patches were so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now as you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, the thing I wanted to ask you. You said you're the... what the hell? You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when where being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a... Oh, I thought it changed for some reason. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. It's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, there's something about her. She hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was it was something a true kitty giddy detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it's because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. Is that to reconnect?
What?
Yeah, exactly. Reconnect. I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There is something I want to say to him though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kitty Giddy family. He was talented. He had a promising future,
however,
but he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted you to take... If he's the fucking mastermind, do you think so?
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. So if I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what everyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
so,
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me in my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to sell the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to cut him out, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Absolutely fucking not. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. As we reached the top, we kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. After, I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is
Indeed.
it. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're
that's right.
back. Remembering that hatch on the ground near the remember that trash on the ground near the trash room? That hatch. I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open up without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. And yep. Hatch open with these. And so looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gone out there without you. No thanks. What was that? Was she pouting? No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So, now what do we do? Glad they didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Let's just get a concrete answer, huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
We try to hide. It's only a matter of time till we find out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. They're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so,
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
We can talk to Monokuma. We can confirm it. It'd be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracked us down. Just help without negotiations. A little, no, super uneasy about this, but we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Leave me alone! Get me! Oh, it's nighttime. Where am I? Why'd I go this way? I just took the long way around. I can teleport. My Funimation isn't even a thing anymore. I forgot about that.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I
But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are you really going to be okay? You're supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you? So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty part is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again! And this time I won't leave anything to chance! Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
Before you do, let me just say one thing.
if
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this lady's crash trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill
in
me.
other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial were not all what you were expecting. But you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
In response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto was a Blackened and tried to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. To realize that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. The Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying that Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't you say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? Doing such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deep you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so loved to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey.
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. Would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to
I
do.
suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
That's such an anime fucking line!
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, we are a chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Barry? Oh no, his fucking song.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored. I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a
In
climax.
other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself.
Let's have one final grizzly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Hear it.
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys!
So for this final face-off... Well, I mean, that makes sense, because Kuma just means bear. This final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
Can barely
then that'll be enough to
contain
qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to victory, what? If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
Guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. You learned the whole truth. What kind of despair will you show me? As excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
We've uncovered every last truth. How will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
Before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when the class trial is
What's
held.
wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm. That is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro was no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. I said I reached my stand goal. I haven't been standing. Then as a part of the regulations, whoever killed Mukuro. It's a very polarizing approach. I know. But, okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since this killing game began are those 16 students. Doesn't that include you? What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. Fuck. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're not gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. my watch told me it's loud again because I was being fucking Monokuma. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. Just like that, we were out of the gym. Hey, guys! I'm here! I can hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I have no idea how I managed to do that. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle's still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because...
Not because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down. Let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
So,
I wasn't there to hear it myself. But do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school live to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that. What did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off,
However,
and yet somehow And the mastermind was able to do
In
it.
other words,
But think of another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something with that difficult. A reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the
Would
world.
seem-
The mastermind was been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
And the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other. They shot out the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. Talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that. To try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous!
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody would, but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really the only reason for making the rest of us suffer? Suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. Show me your motivation!
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has to be more particular than it is reasonable about their own regulations. The mastermind simply ignored the rules. This wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. And you're trying to remind me of Junko's existence? Why? They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. So even that didn't
It's
work.
true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. When that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind... Oh, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form. Perfect form!
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. Well, that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She had a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You were totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well... Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiating and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Where everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. We have to go talk to the others and tell them I'm a good guy. We can't defeat the mastermind. It'll kill us. It'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
Before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. What we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find
Shall
the
we go?
others. They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? I'm not even gonna You again. IP address. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional stability has reached its limit. Foursome equals 61. Jeez, what the fuck was that?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. Couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Is
Hey!
Makoto?
Correct! Hi!
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Goddamn right it is.
You survived?
Yep.
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'll smack the fuck out you.
I'm just asking to make sure, but
No. All my friends who have struggled together and survived. Friend is pushing it. I think the only friend I really have here is Hina. I don't like the other three. I'm afraid I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait. What's that smell? Oh, yeah. We were in the garbage.
what the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. You have no right to tell someone to fuck off because of the smell, you stinky bitch. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Hey, Hina, you're the only one I like. Oh, what the fuck? What have you been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And no dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Where can we go to find new clues? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize what do you realize why it is you escaped execution? Huh? This is worded weirdly. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? Do you realize why it is you escaped the execution? There's not even a question mark. This fucking sentence is not English. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, do you realize why it is you escaped execution? Why it is you escaped. There we go. Okay. My brain was all fucked up. It was alter ego. But he also should have a question mark anyways. He saved my life.
Right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Yo,
Makoto, what's it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world. You get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? Wasting my time. Useless. Useless.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma. Explain? Explain what? Well, it's okay that you're here, but the mastermind catches you.
True.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial. Huh? What? Seriously?
how about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course, it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did
You
you say?
spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? It sounded like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. Huh? And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You did TV broadcast to gain leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. You said, now it's the time that now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here! If anyone doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? And there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? We've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you're gonna agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm not doing all that. Meanwhile, I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Humanly.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. You did it, Uganda! In other words,
Interesting.
win decides the final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. If we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint?
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? And Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So in other
The
words,
mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says. The mastermind would have to have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way you could have disguised a scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have a set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. And the mastermind is... There are 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. And then add in Mukuro, you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And those 60 people we start out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. And I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that just for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Maybe Okuna was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it would be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Get the fuck out of there!
This is a school announcement.
This is different, I think.
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Woohoo!
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Yippee! How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my
At this point,
family.
I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your
Goodbye.
responsibility. Well then. Make his final statement, Bianca left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? No, Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream, without the cream, or coffee. We're totally useless. So, bye. That Toko charged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. You're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
indeed.
That's right. Just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. Oh, great.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go. Yeah, bye-bye.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about
Take my
that?
glasses. Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. I hope you die first. Laughing loudly, heroes left the dining hall. Everyone's really gone up by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, I don't trust anyone, you know?
Because, I mean,
But Up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. Correct! I just depend on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Been here. Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless. So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. He was in surprisingly high spirits as he dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two. I didn't even realize she didn't leave. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. We're gonna do our searches separately. Doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
It goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. During our own beginning doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more. Correct! More ground. And we get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So should we investigate every nook and cranny in the school? We can visit all the places we could go
Makoto.
before. No matter what it takes. We have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. Whatever it takes. No time to waste either. Begin my search. That's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. We can all escape together. Yep. How am I ready to figure out who the killer? Master room, the bio lab, the center. Yep. That double check the enemies. Yep. Places to check. Real quick, I just want to see. Useful, useless, useful, useless, 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 useful, useless, useless, useful. Kinda in the middle. Useless, you very useful. Holy shit. I'm in the end game now. Well, I'd expect that. This is the second floor of the dorms. There's some ancient ruins. Or no, more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something. A giraffe coming out of a locker? It was filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. I'm just gonna get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. What these? Already broken. No point. I like how fresh blood is pink, but old blood is red. Cool beans. But this room looks relatively normal. More like an adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? He's on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem.
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. PC still has some search results left on it. Maybe we'll get some info on the ultimate despair?
However,
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know.
in other words,
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
however,
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
whew,
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete kitty-giddy failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? Appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. Nothing in there. Oh, that looked like a secret room. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something?
so
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. Fuck. A breeze?
indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
Very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Give him the right password and the door should open right up. Enter. What?
However,
I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made of letters and or numbers. We really can't go from there. You're right, but that's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on a PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I thought I had any desire to, but nothing might have been his password.
Whew.
I think about how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. There's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. Maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we're gonna get there, we need to figure out the password. If people can figure out the password, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After when she talked about her dad, the idea he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, but the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. No, I'm glad I thought trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. Back to myself then, turn to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. Type in her full name, Kyoko Kitty Giddy. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Oh. Kyoko? Not looking at me. She disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Oh. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even been in the room. My gaze was fixed on only one thing. Presento. Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There's a brightly colored box here. Seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? Getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Oh my god. Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. My lips are so fucking dry right now. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying something that'll make you want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by every step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak in its way into the box. I saw a hesitant glance inside, and Yoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? What do you mean, just as you thought? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones! Well, it's not like that. I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. Well, that's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. Oh. Hey, thank you for the subscription. Nick M. Webbookie 2018. I don't know what. Okay. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? Same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How could you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So,
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, Headmaster's a man in the late 30s. He's possible somewhere in the school right now. Yup. Rodrigo said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. Kyoko explained her analysis. She was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she said it was just as she thought. So she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. That's why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father, so she would cut off all ties. You should be familiar if you pay attention to the intro of the game. I remember some things from the intro, not everything. I don't remember anything from here. But was that all there was to it? I gave someone that pride in order to enter the peak. Yep. She really give up her pride just for that? Couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. Picture. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. Came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet, fuck, my lips are bothering me. To now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. Picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must really have cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Ay ay ay. It's over here. Master's desk is probably hiding some kind of clue, so I wanted to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure? Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Right from the top, I open all the desk drawers and look inside. I rummage through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? There's a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right. Might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook. Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more. But...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry. I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just
I need
a second.
to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. This isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. My picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved easily. You're right.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Have fun in there! She really okay, Kyoko? Must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. Find out what happened to the headmaster. No doubt, the mastermind before that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. We were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is one of the 16. between of us in the middle hall. Mukuro to the mix. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. 16. What? Did I say 16? 16. Only me. Only 6 of us are still left alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hina, Kyoko. And those 6 people are still alive, then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Hey, Hina.
Hey, Makoto.
Ah, Makoto. Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah. I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, while the doors in school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although, I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
It might explode, right? That'd really suck. So, you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Oh, Hina. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Ah, wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. You know, race over to a nearby desk and head underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? All right, here goes nothing. I'm gonna wait into it. With the door open much easier than I expected. What the? There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. It's like a spaceship from like Star Wars. Oh, I can only look at 2 things. There's a hatch. Didn't even see that. Kind of hatch on the floor, but right now I'm more concerned about that weird device. Okay. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. And could that mean...
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. No, hold on! You can't just or whatever something like this. It was too late. He was already jabbing away at the control panel.
Huh?
Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says data center. Data center? Take a good look at the control panel. I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. Just like Hina said, there was one labeled data center. Maybe the one she pushed. But the data center, that's right next door. We were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably go check that out.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Alright. Sounded like Monokuma spawned. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Nope. Is that Monokuma? Hey! Yeah! Yeah! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina?
What?
What? Aw, man, busted! How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it. Oh, man. Are you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Whoa! Hey, Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were recalling just now. It was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? What? For real? Yep. Looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind is controlling Monokuma from this room. This control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyo's theory was right.
But
But hey, if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here... Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. That means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... Yep. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is a 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, no. It's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Oh, well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible. I really hope it's not true. So, like, wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste our time, all our time standing around here. Okay, you wanna get going? Yeah. But... What's wrong, Makoto? Let's... Why are we... But important. No? Wait, really? Hold on. So the data center was closed. I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door. It just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right. It's locked. But why? Of course it's locked. Because the data center is now restricted. But Monokuma...
Just a second.
Hey, no fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. If that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then, that room.
Yep.
As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So, right now, you're being operated by someone in that room?
Yes, indeed.
Correct the mundo!
You're a liar.
That doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. The hatch! Well, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? You happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? I tried, but Hina told me not to. No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance, and you blew it. Thanks to Hina.
Too bad.
Of course, the hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway. So whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace. He's gone, but was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said we should leave, well, the hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? Well, it's not your fault.
Sorry.
No, it's your fault. We could have done something about it. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You got me all motivated again. Okay, I'm out. See you later. Took off a full sprint, and I have to do what I can too. It's the only way forward. Headmaster's room was... It was here. Master's room. Heard an awful about it, but I thought first time seeing myself. Ah, Makoto. It's you. Oh, Byakuya. Got swords in here now. These are trophies and even a shield in the display case. The sword, though. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78. Student registry? It contains profiles for all of us. And Mukuro.
So in other words,
Apparently class number 78 refers to us. Wait, we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right. It also mentioned class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt. Mukuro was a student here at Hope Speak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. Tells me how Kyoko learned about it. Seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Oh, I just realized Byakuya talking. Well, since she snuck in to get him, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. What's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So in other
In other
words,
words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information isn't it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? You stupid bitch! You're the one saying that? You! This motherfucker. I ought to backhand the fuck out him. It seems to have some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly. In the background, an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. It's just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir. When she entered Hope's Peak, she displayed 8 times of battle moves with cars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all, but if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. It's a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now, but what does that mean? Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
what?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought. But I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within that file you should be note. But what is it? Did you notice a picture in there? Picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class number 78. Should be enough to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. It even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What I think? You're asking me like if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say... Shit, the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? That's what I said! I bit my tongue again. What's wrong with me the past 2 days? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. Now, I'll keep it in mind, thanks. Are those cryo chambers? Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? There's 7 here, but there's only 6 left of us. Okay, the first set. Sayaka, Leon, Junko. Oh, it was Sayaka. Leon, I don't remember when Junko died. The next one was Chihiro Mondo. Next one was Hifumi, Taka, Celeste. Sakura. This will be whoever the fuck's outside, maybe? And then the rest of the 6 of us? That was my first thought. The numbers kind of add up. But if that body out there is Junko's, then it would be over here anyways. But that would mean Mukuro's still alive. Which maybe still this. Okay, maybe. Maybe I think the numbers possibly add up. Alright. There's a stack of tarps here. I've seen a lot of those things lately. So cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. Some kind of weird machine or something built to the wall. On the left side is a bunch of glowing blue lights, but on the other side, kind of weird machine or something built in the wall. I've seen something like this before. That's why I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? Probably take a closer look around. Kind of booklet here. Instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. We insert the cadaver, and the blue light will let you know the automatic systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep your body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. Alright. Well, looking around, I think I get it. Seems clear to me now. It's some kind of makeshift morgue. About those blue and those lights by each slot. You set up to when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue. Another one of the victims is. I let my emotions take control right now. Only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Is Baldi still there? Oh no, Hero's gonna be here. Oh, he's not. The body's gone. Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Anything was not in here either. It must be. Could it be in the biolab? Corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. Just one other thing. That tarp. Tarp had a key role in another case, so I'd better look into it. Came from the biolab. Which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? Didn't notice it before, but there's a small stamp. Yep. It says biolab, and this is where they came from the biolab. Yep. Yeah, I did that.
Flashback.
The room was filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. There was a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. I'm just gonna get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. What these? Already broken. No point.
End of flashback.
Oh! Wait a minute. I checked everything but like this one, I think. So does that mean let's just give it a try? So I got the invoke and then no luck. I have that one, yeah. Well, that was useless. What about you? Oh, practically empty. What's that? One thing is some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name on it, so I can't say for sure who it is. Some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It's like a girl's handwriting. All the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was reading through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. Was to isolate a superior youth from the corrupted world, to serve as the foundation for a new era. It's the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. That's what my father had to say to me. As usual, his selfish decision without consulting anyone else. He made a selfish decision. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? Kyoko's been here before. I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocket look belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. This belonged to Kyoko. What was it doing in this locker? What she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. That she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to one. Yep. What does this all mean? Let me scan the remaining pages of the notebook. Must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. When I reached the last page, the question marks spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. And I looked at it. Unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Alright. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I checked, when I first came in here, I checked this, I checked this, I checked this, and I checked these. I did not check this or any of these. There's another locker here. Oh, this has a lot of shit in there. This is a crystal ball. Crystal ball. There's no he would ever use this locker. It's just not possible. Uh-oh. All kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. Dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. It's a casual and not trying to act as casual and natural possible. I picked up one notebook I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. It says it. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? It was also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. We're all sucked into the evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Can I look down here? Nope. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Doesn't make sense. But these lockers, because these lockers, I mean, they have to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in a locker that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There must be some kind of explanation. But if I have to want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward, and I have to believe in everyone. Oh. Oh.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
ASA possible. Suspicious. It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap, but even knowing that, better go to the gym, right? There you are. Oh, hey, Hiro. Makoto? Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You're in Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You ready to talk to him? What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hiro, wait. The boy trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? It's just gonna be him spawning. It's only me in here. Hello there.
I am
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope. This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Okuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It features a bunch of faces. Oh, hey, slow it down there, Busto. Everyone except for him. He's not anywhere in this picture. Oh shit, even Mukuro's there. And Juko's face is covered up. That makes me more suspicious. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I went to headmaster's room when I looked at the file. Mukuro Ikusaba. Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? Even more than that. Just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. You're not in the picture. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it was natural for me not to be in this picture. Well, it's definitely unnatural. Everyone else is in the picture. Thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other until they got here. But if the picture is real, then could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep how long gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way of standing there, you know? So, I mean, get out! But I told you I'm not fielding any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. Oh my god. Excuse me. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left this gym dejected. Kyoko? No one? How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? It looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Holy shit, I sleepy. Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! Of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the fuck? Why is he acting like that? He was purposely trying to avoid me. Hiro did the same thing. I see Hiro's face and I immediately just like, fuck off. I just decided to visit the biolab one more time. And the first thing I saw when I got there was her passed out again. Huh? Toko. Oh, she opened it up somehow and she fainted because of it. Are you okay, Toko? Toko, are you okay? She's not dead, is she? Ah! It's cold, super cold. It's so cold, I think I might catch cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. But you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. I think I remember was me waking up just now. What did you do to miss more? Morose? Oh, that's right. Memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. Like how my voice for her just becomes Teddy's. Not Teddy! Monokuma. And don't say like don't sing like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. And even she forgets something, I tell her to remember. So it's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. Genocide Jack never. Oh, okay. Well, I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya is around somewhere doing his own investigating. By himself? I assume so. I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Kyoko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. Oh, I forgot to talk about the actual the picture. Oh, okay. Yep, there is a reason. The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out. Is that Kyoko? Yaha.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem
it's a morgue. Yeah,
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there. And, well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why does everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway.
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea. Give me a hand with this. Close the fridge, hand outstretched. Well, suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body's inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time. The mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So
You may be right. Either way, I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to look at the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do? Stand there and look pretty, Makoto.
So then.
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there. That's it. The fridge made for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. Oh, Yep. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? About that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because
The reason he give us a hint at this point would be confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. Or she can go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? That the mastermind forged that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. When the slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Hello! Looking around the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? Yep. Yep. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Jeez, that was fast. Anyone can do work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So did you find anything?
indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood. It seems likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. That means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? What was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's body identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. He had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Other wounds.
Is that right?
What does it say that they're old? Huh?
Because
All the Monokuma says they're inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However,
It doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, but not like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
so then,
What if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
at the very least,
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. Holy shit. Oh my god. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words,
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
hey,
Oh, if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time! Come to think of it, there's one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so
Oh. Yes, actually. You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then,
indeed,
don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
indeed.
The victim in this case is, without a doubt, Mukuro Ikusaba.
And
That's all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think
So
so. And it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, are we not gonna put the body back? I think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this.
why?
Sad. Did you forget? She was our enemy once. Part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. She could abandon me, but she decided to help me instead. For someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then,
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on. Yep. Talk, talk, talk. Hey, Kyoko, I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I should ask. Go ahead, then. Out with it. You really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
what? So
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into those lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because
Like I said, only the owner's locker should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. If I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
what? If that's true,
Could that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although, I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. You said that before! What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers, right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can.
So
No, it won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD? It says class number 78, urgent interviews.
So
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
anyway,
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue in the DVD. To that room. I forgot what it was called. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
in other words,
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. Talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask. for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However,
There's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. There's just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burn with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
why?
So why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let a small sigh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's so much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Gotta sit up. Indeed. Sorry if that was... I am in frame. I am in frame. Strange.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. But I get going myself. AV room is what it's called. Yep. I can't afford to lose! What's where you've been hiding? Listen, was hoping to talk to you. Makoto! Sorry, gotta go. What? She ran off so fast, I didn't even have time to ask her to stop. Hina, why? Why won't you talk to me? Why is everyone running away? What did I do wrong? Just remembered that this fucker was on the top floor. He's in the garden. Don't you run from me! Now I want to talk to you, yes! Hey, hero. Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, you ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? What the fuck? Meatball sub. That is my answer. Should we just found it. Well, then better take a look. Yep. It said that I was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. Must have only been a few seconds, but to me felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka! You know, total surprise. I hadn't seen Ayaka in who knows how long, and then she was.
Then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke. Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in a school? Accept. Huh?
Thank you.
What?
And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
The beta? No. Wait. I think you said a few things. As if on cue, the video cut. Oh. There was a lot I had understood up until now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wants to get out of here, and how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes living here for the rest of her life? After thinking about it, I noticed the sudden light. On the monitor, the video I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, I saw next push me right over the edge. It's me! Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation, but the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said
I'm
yes.
sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Okay, that's funny. If that's true, that's funny. The reason Sayaka and Leon were the first characters who died was because they were the first characters made for Danganronpa, and the developers got sick of drawing art for those two, so they got killed. That's funny. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Yakuya, Toko, Tina, everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in a school forever. And then Kyoko, just as clearly, without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. When he asked her his question, he answered the same as everyone else. She had put his life within the school. Just Kyoko's interview was wrapping up. The monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just a monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which, of course, meant that the DVD player wasn't playing anymore. Well, what the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie! Looks like it broke! Out of service! What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then, when Now then, when? Doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my ass. You got the power on purpose. Well, whatever. If I watched the whole thing, it'll be more of the same. He asked him the question, they all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let a huge, exasperated sigh. And as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, there was a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. Yep. Yep. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in the favor of the mastermind. So does that mean lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten, or... Oh, mustard!